Vaultrons, welcome inside the vault on this Tuesday. It is July 15th. Welcome inside the show. We're glad you're here with us. Today, of course, is Rookies Report Day, Sarah, for training camp, which you almost forget because I think all we've been thinking about is the hot start to the Vault Apparel line, which we're going to tell you about in just a second. But I'm Bobby Trossett. She's Sarah Ellison. As always, if you could on your way in, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell and consider becoming a channel member because if you do, you can partake in, gosh, my grammar is not great to start today. You can take part in our soft launch, which is available to channel members, patrons, and Discord community members for the next couple of weeks before we open it up to the public. So pretty hot start yesterday though, huh?
I think so. I don't even have the numbers. I don't know where we look at those numbers, but it seemed like it was a pretty hot start. Do you have the numbers?
Not specifically, but
okay.
I can tell you that what you're inferring there is absolutely true. I spent 2 hours on the phone last night with Carly, sort of going over the specifics of our new site, our new apparel line, which it's of course been months in the making. And if you go to thevaultpod.com, as you see in the show notes and also as a pinned comment right now in the live chat, you'll be able to navigate. There is a password, by the way, for those of you who are in one of those respective communities. And it's just a way of us saying thank you. And it is a channel perk, of course, for members, patrons, and Discord members. And just so you know, it will be available to everybody in the coming weeks. This is how we've been instructed to handle this, and this is what they refer to in the business as a soft launch. So if you go to thevaultpod.com, you'll have a password that's either in the community post for channel members or in your Discord server or in direct messages for Patreon. And so anyway, just to give you a quick little look, of course, the password here, I don't think it actually writes it here. Yeah, okay. Hold on a second. I've been logged out for the audio only audience, but here's a look between t-shirts, sweatshirts, crew necks, the tank top that I know you're fired up about for your fitness, your daily fitness, you name it, beanies, snapbacks, some other miscellaneous things like koozies and mugs and stickers, car magnets. We got it all. We don't have it all, but we hope to. Yeah, and honestly, the most amount of feedback that we've received, Sarah, I feel like so far in the first 24 hours is just simply like the variety. And what we've been telling everybody is slowly but surely, as you guys continue to use this merch store, we will feel more encouraged and motivated to add the requested items that, as many of the requested items as it makes sense to. I think that's probably a good way of putting it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I also want to give a shout out to all those that have been like part of the soft launch is not just to give, an early discount, which that certainly is. We want to reward our most loyal listeners, but it was also like, help us break the site, help us figure out what's wrong. And the amount of emails that we got that were so detail oriented, and then shout out to Carly responding to those people and being very detail oriented. And so it's just like having an extra 100 eyes on the site helps us see where like there could be small typos or descriptions not matching what's on the screen and stuff like that. So just a shout out to everybody taking the time to go through it and looking at the details.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it really is sort of an experiment for us and an experiment for Carly. And so we're going to continue to chip away at that. And we just wanted to say again, echoing Sarah's comments, thank you for everybody who's participated thus far. And again, if you are a channel member, a patron, and or a Discord community member, go click on that link, thevaultpod.com. The password will be there in one of those areas that I just mentioned, and you can get started today to start rocking the Vault merch. We do have content for you today, and there's plenty of it, because yesterday, Fox Sports, Sarah, made waves across the sports media community by cutting several shows, including the facility. And what I mean by cutting is canceling. They are no longer on Fox Sports airwaves. And so a show that we've discussed plenty and shared plenty of in terms of clips and commentaries is no longer, and that is the facility. Of course, former NFL players made up that show. Emmanuel Acho, friend of the show, Chase Daniel, former NFL quarterback, James Jones, and LaShawn McCoy. I mean, there were some big names on that show. And so for it to be cut so soon is pretty shocking. Has it even been around a year? I'm pretty sure last season was the first full football season that it was on the air. And so this was some sweeping change, first and foremost, coming to Fox. But being that they were hypercritical of Lamar, sometimes in an unfair way, Sarah, we got to cover it, and that we will. After that, we're going to go through position by position breakdowns and assess where we feel like it improved and maybe got worse, which there's not many of those position by positions compared to 2024. So I promise I'm going to be able to talk today. I know I'm going to be able to talk today. And then after that, we'll get into a boatload of quick hits, including the wide receiver contract that helps out a future Zay Flowers extension. So you ready to get into first and foremost this Fox news?
Yeah. So you mentioned the facility pretty well there, named everybody. And so that one canceled. And to your point, it was a brand new show because a couple of these guys were on Speak for Yourself. And so when they kind of changed Speak for Yourself and called it Speak, and then they took some of those guys and brought them over to the facility. And so Speak became Joy, Keyshawn, and Michael Pierce. Now, for me, Speak wasn't very compelling. I would check them out every once in a while, but I didn't think they were very compelling. Facility was more compelling, but often in ways that was super frustrating with the way that they covered Lamar Jackson. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of go down memory lane with all the just crazy things they debated and discussed about Lamar Jackson. But before I do that, Bobby, I want to make something clear because I think are about to criticize a lot of their takes. Okay. But I want to be clear. I don't celebrate anybody's dismissal, whether it's from a team or from, their TV job or anybody else. Everybody gets cut. Everybody gets fired. Everybody's dealt with changing jobs, all of that. It's never super fun. Most people land on their feet, not all the time. But I can't even believe that we got here, but I wanted to be up front because somehow in all my debates with Emmanuel Acho last year, and it might have even started the year before, there are so many takes that I just think he has wrong. But somehow, Bobby, through our debates, sometimes on Twitter, sometimes on the show, I think we gained a mutual respect for one another. And so I did DM him yesterday. And I said, hey, sorry to hear about the show, but I already know you're going to land on your feet stronger than ever. I look forward to seeing what your next chapter will be. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll land on his feet. And he said, thank you so much, my friend. So just want to make that clear. I have no hate for Emmanuel or any of the other guys that were on the facility. So love those guys, hated their takes. And we're going to dive into some of their takes here in just a second. Go ahead, Bobby.
Can I add on to that too? Yeah. Because I think the first thing that I saw when I referred to Acho as a friend of the show, as I did at the top, was a few folks in the live chat saying he's not a friend of the show. He is.
Yeah.
He's a friend of ours, and he's somebody that took the time out of his day after an epic banter back and forth with Sarah online to give us about 40 minutes in the middle of the season. Maybe it was it just after the season, right? During the MVP?
It was just after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, so that's, it may not be in season, but that's precious time. And he is a friend of the show. I happen to think that he is immensely talented as a sports TV talent.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't necessarily mean that we will always agree with some of his rationale when it comes to the sports takes. But as a talent, as somebody that is extremely versatile on television, I am always willing to give him his flowers. And as you see here, there is real lives that's not at stake. These guys are all
they're going to land on their feet.
These guys are all they had successful professional careers. Some had more successful careers than others, but they were all professional athletes at one point. But still, LaShawn had fun with it. Dang, fired on my day off. Well, put me on the trading block. Speaking facility was a blast. I got some announcements coming soon. But one thing I do know from football is talent and dedication always wins. See you soon. So I'm sure, he'll be back. Acho says in sports, when you're not good enough, you get cut. In TV, when you're not good enough, you get canceled, which is true. I'm not going to try and come to y'all with some, quote, big announcement soon. Stay tuned. That's exactly what his co-host did, Shady, on the other side of the screen, because I don't actually know what's coming. But what I do know is I trust God. So, the human, and Chase Daniel, by the way, put up a sentimental tweet as well. So clearly, and James Jones did as well. Clearly, this is change. This is and this is probably super disappointing to these guys. So we just I want to echo your comments. We're not celebrating the show's cancellation. We're talking about it. It's a huge media topic right now, and it's Raven centric because of just how much Lamar was featured on the show. You think that's
so I think now that we differentiated that we got love for them, we can now get into some of their takes that we do not love, and we definitely debated throughout the season. And Bobby, there were some bangers and so many of them, and this is why they had Ravens fans angry so often throughout their 1 year. Let me just go through some of these. Let's just go through some of these that were just going from just bad takes to disrespectful takes, right? So here we go from James Jones. Lamar Jackson's season was a failure because he didn't get to that game, meaning probably the AFC Championship and really the Super Bowl. Okay, so the 41 passing touchdowns to 4 interceptions, best touchdown interception ratio in NFL history. That's a failure. That's a failure according to James Jones. Here's another one. This one's Emmanuel Acho. Lamar Jackson, when it matters most, doesn't show up the most. It's the greater issue. So I guess the second half in the Bills game didn't matter. Second half of the Bills game didn't matter because Lamar balled out. Balled out. How about this one? It means nothing if Lamar Jackson wins this game, and I don't even know which game they were talking about.
The 17th would have been, okay. It would have been the Steelers. Yeah, I guess it would have been Bills Ravens.
Yeah, because they got Bills up on the screen. And even if the Ravens won it, see, that's the thing is they like bury him when they lost. But even if they won it, even if Lamar won it, they already were going to be ready to take it away. Here's Emmanuel again. It means nothing if Lamar Jackson wins this game. It means nothing to qualify for a game we already expected you to be in. Just stealing us of the joy of a football season. Just robbing us. This one I had to put in here because it was a little bit funny. So after the Ravens, or before that Bills game again, Emmanuel says Lamar's season is a waste if he loses to the Bills. The lower, is it called the Kion? It's a Kion, right? The lower 1/3 Kion. I think that's what we called it when I was
Chiron. Yeah.
Chiron. There we go. Chiron.
Yeah.
It says there, is Lamar's season wasted with the loss? So some Ravens fans thought, hey, you know what? This would be fair. Here's DJ from the Ravens Twitter community. Was Emmanuel Acho's TV career a waste? Right? Find out in the next episode of It Ain't No Fun when the effing rabbit has the gun.
These guys have been waiting for this.
Waiting for that, right?
Waiting.
Right.
They could not. They couldn't jump out of their seats quicker to get to their phones to tweet about this news. And hey,
as much as I love Acho, it's fair. If he's going to say is Lamar's season a waste, can we ask, was his TV season a waste? Was his last year a waste? You know what I mean? It's not going after him personally, just doing the same thing that, he did to Lamar.
I think you would even agree. Like,
I do think he would agree.
He's a reasonable guy. Look, there's some people, and we're gonna get to the super chats because there's a lot of reaction to this in a second. He is a reasonable guy. Like, I know there's a lot of you that kind of have your feet in the sand in a sense on this one, and you aren't willing to move because of some of his past takes. But you got to separate the two. He's a very reasonable guy, and as you saw with Sarah's Twitter exchange, he's a good dude.
Well, I'm gonna have a little exchange at the end that shows that he does give in a little bit when he was on our show. So we'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a minute. This one baffles me. Report, Ravens trade wide receiver Deontay Johnson. And so the question coming out of that was, is Lamar Jackson out of excuses? Huh? Like somehow Deontay Johnson was holding Lamar back last year when Lamar had arguably the best season of his career? What does excuses have to do with Deontay Johnson being released or traded? Like it's almost like they'll take anything to try to figure out how to dump on Lamar. Here's one from Shady McCoy. So he makes this is where the mental gymnastics of the MVP came in, Bobby. LaShawn McCoy makes his case for Josh Allen to win MVP over Lamar. He says Lamar is the best quarterback playing right now. Okay, that means he's the MVP. But when we talk MVP, everything goes hand in hand, and Josh doesn't have the pieces like Lamar. That was so much mental gymnastics there. That one drove me nuts. Then same topic. Emmanuel Archuleta chiming in this time saying that who has the better case for Lamar or Josh Allen? He says Lamar has a better case for those who consume stats first and film second. Little condescending there.
Definitely.
But Josh has a better case for those who consume film first and stats second. And Bobby, I couldn't sit silent on this one. And this is where him being reasonable kind of comes through because I responded to this tweet because that one ticked me off. We watched the film, please and thank you. So I responded back. You're right, Acho. Opponents pay attention to tape. D'Amico Ryans, head coach of the Houston Texans. I said, D'Amico Ryans, who faced both quarterbacks this season, said, quote, Lamar definitely jumps off the tape as the best player I've seen this season. He's definitely the MVP. And then I wrote to Acho, Ryan said nothing about a stat sheet. To Emmanuel's credit, he said, Miko is my former teammate. I definitely value his opinion. And based on how the Texans owned Josh Allen, he has even more authority behind his belief. Okay. This is fun walk down memory lane. And then, Bobby, the final one when he came on our show, and this is why I respect him. He came into the Lions den after letting us all know that he voted for Josh Allen for MVP, but he voted Lamar Jackson as the all-pro QB. And he's trying to explain his mental gymnastics. And I couldn't take it anymore because it's about 30 minutes into the show. And I had to just stop. I had to put it all to an end.
Westbrook, I don't know if you're familiar with basketball at all, but first guy to average a triple-double in a season since Oscar Robinson. Okay. Then he did it again the next year. Okay. Then Sarah, he did it again 2 years later, 3 out of 4 years. Cool. Didn't make him. They made him the MVP once, but just because you did something that's never been done before, I'm like, yo, that's cool. That's incredibly impressive. But it doesn't make you the MVP. It makes you the most impressive. It makes you the coolest. It makes you the most unique.
Or the best this year. I mean, come on. When you have the 4th best ever passer rating and you're known to be a dual threat quarterback, when you have the best touchdown to interception ratio in NFL history, that makes you the best.
And that's why.
I just want to hear you say it. Who is the best quarterback?
It was Lamar.
Okay.
But that was obvious by my all-pro vote.
Well, you should have voted for MVP, in my opinion. You should have done it. You should have done it, Dacho. I got love for you, but you should have done it. And then that's when he said, I got to go.
That is an absolutely hilarious clip. Okay. First of all, I don't know what to do. I'm just sipping on my water bottle over there. And then you know what I was doing when you went in? I was like, let me make her big screen. Did you notice that?
I did notice that.
Oh, he is real. He is real for that, right?
But again, respect for coming in the Lions den. And he put up his best argument. He knew that his arguments weren't going to play well. I had home field advantage for sure. And so, but I also think I had the better argument, and I think I was right. And so, anyway, the show is canceled. The show is canceled.
Yeah.
I hope they all land on their feet. But I think that smarter analysis and more honest analysis would help them. Like just the way I just ran through all that stuff when they do land on their feet and they're on their next show and whatever they do. Like this whole thing where they just like make everything about bashing Lamar. And maybe they do it to other quarterbacks and other players too, but it's like Deontay Johnson traded. And instead of talking about Deontay Johnson and refusing to go into a game, they somehow spin it against like Lamar and excuses. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that. It's like you just can't have longevity with like clickbait nonstop. And we all know, we all get it. Like we're in the content creation business too. We need people to click through. So you have to be clever with headlines. You have to be clever with teasers and all that kind of stuff. But at some point it can go too far. And then in the end, it's going to backfire. And I think that's what happened to them.
I'll just say this too about the maybe the quality of the show itself, like from a production standpoint. I never viewed it as, and I'm not saying I'm some like TV junkie over here, but I'd like to think I know what it takes to run, a highly produced show. I feel like we as a two-person band do our best to keep this thing as structured and as sound as possible. When I watched clips on that for the show, I always walked away thinking, man, this is not a high level produced show. This just feels elementary to me, whether it was the topic breakdowns and the way that they created content, or Shady is, I really like him. I think he's a likable guy. I don't know if he's the most polished TV analyst out there, and the same could be said for James Jones. To be honest with you, despite some of these takes that we just got after, I thought Acho raised the level of talent for that show.
I thought Acho and James Jones were the two best.
I think Emmanuel is
not talking about their takes, but the way that they can communicate on TV.
I would say I got to give Chase Daniel though that. I think Chase deserves, from a film breakdown standpoint. Maybe you're just looking at it from an overall.
Film was fine, yeah.
Maybe you're looking at it, aesthetically and the way that they deliver and whatnot. To me, from a pure X's and O's standpoint, I tend to learn and am most receptive to the way that Chase Daniel delivers. I think Emmanuel drives the show. Shady and James, to me, for my money, are sort of just role players. That was my take on it, just from a production standpoint. But like you said,
the reason why I say that about Chase is I felt like a lot of times, like in TV, you have to make your point clear. And I feel like sometimes he just was like
wishy-washy,
and a little bit. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
let's get to
these super chats should be fun.
There's plenty of reaction. There's plenty of them. We're going to read every single one of them.
Okay.
Felisa Randall became a new channel member earlier today. So Felisa is now eligible to join our soft launch here on thevaultpod.com. Eric Hill has gifted a channel membership. So somebody else just got an opportunity to join thevaultpod.com and check out our first ever merch line. So thanks to Felisa. Thanks to Eric. And Jared Thomas gets us started on Super Chat. Sarah, he is also a channel member.
Here we go. This is where it begins. He said Emmanuel Acho choked in the FS1 playoffs.
Oh. Parkite's Prophet continues to stand by what he last week I think he was pledging to drop in at least one $20 super chat for the rest of the way here, or at least up until week 1. He writes, new day, same 20. Football is back. I just bought my Lot G pass for the Detroit game, so it's up. Remember, that's Monday Night Football, Lions-Ravens. Rookies are reporting, and we're 54 days from Buffalo, and I am free to call in tomorrow before I head out of town. PHP is ready, #20-0. Do we want to book him tomorrow?
Well, we did move Warren Sharp to Friday, which we're going to talk about a little bit later.
I was going to say, we haven't even teased that. Big one coming up.
Part of me that really wants to meet PHP.
All right, how about this? PHP, can you email us right now or after the show or whenever you get a chance? BaltimoreRavensVault@gmail.com. Let's talk about it. It'd probably be in the second half of the show, right, Sarah?
Yeah, second half of the show. And I feel like, and PHP, will you tell us what you want to talk about? I feel like we should have like just an understanding of where we're headed in terms of our conversation. Yeah.
That's cool. Judge Dredd.
Tila's cheering it on. PHP.
Yeah, let's go. He's going to open up the floodgates. Everybody's going to want in. Judge Dredd has just become our newest channel member, as has Rafike Tucker. Thank you both, gentlemen, and go enjoy thevaultpod.com, and you will have access to a community post that I threw out there yesterday that'll have the password for you to access everything on the site. Judge Dredd also dropping in a super chat as well.
Had to help save the earth and go green again. I don't know what that's referencing.
I have absolutely no idea. Had to help
and go green again.
Do we think that's referring to his channel member font color? That's the only thing I could think of.
Maybe
he might be going back and forth between channel membership, maybe, and now he's
I think that's probably what it is. That's what Chris is saying. Is you might be right.
Okay. JP Bugs with a $5 super chat. TV is a dinosaur. We got this show, 410, Ingraven, Sip to Tally, Road Graders, Film Study, Huddle It Up, all 22, and can stream the games. We're good.
Honestly, Bobby, we've talked about this before. We would like the NFL, Ravens, PR staffs to give much more weight to shows such as the ones he's just named, because this is where everything is headed. And how many people have gone from TV to YouTube channels? And I remember somebody the other day saying to me, one of my friends was like, I just can't wait. He's like, I feel like someday ESPN's going to call you. And I was like, okay, but like, do I get to work from home? Do I get to like decide my own content? Like, do I get to create my own hours? Like why would I leave this?
Yeah.
There's so many people that go from TV or elsewhere to their own social media.
Sure.
It's awesome.
Chase, I just looked. Chase has over 80,000 subscriptions on YouTube. Chase Daniel.
See, yeah.
So also cool of JP Bugs to kind of list off a lot of these creators in our community here, because we've pretty much had every single one of the folks, I think, aside from all 22, on our program in some capacity. So, and that's got to happen, by the way. We got to get all 22 at some point. He's got great breakdowns, a great X's and O's channel, if you guys like that, and a huge Patreon community. I've had Sip to Tally, Coach Evans, on my personal program. I don't think he's come on the Vault before, at least
and Noah
when you were on it.
Noah
came on. Noah came on with me though on day 3 of the draft.
Well, I'm just saying his name isn't in the super chat.
Oh, yes. Yes, for the flock.
Yeah, for the flock.
Go check him out. Short form content.
Yeah.
Oceans for you.
Ocean says, I disagree, Sarah. I'm sure Acho is a nice person, but he and the other guys deserve this. To be honest, people like that don't deserve to get a say on who is MVP. I mean, he just said it. I mean, if you don't perform, you get canceled. So I think deserving is probably right. I'm just expressing, like, from a human level, like, just compassion that he'll land on his feet. I believe he will. I'm just not celebrating as a human that he got fired. But obviously, like, if you guys didn't watch us, we would have to like stop doing our YouTube show. Like, you know, Bobby would have to go out and try to apply for other jobs again. I mean, that's just how the world works, for sure. I'm just expressing compassion from a human point of view.
As am I. I'm not sure what's in disagreement here, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, anyway, thanks for the super chat, Oceans. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I hear you, Oceans.
Judge Dredd writes, he's the best quarter black, Sarah, referring to Lamar. Grant Kirchner with a $9.99 and that yellow banner for you.
Says, been listening for a year on the Read broadcast every weeknight. Just wanted to show love live for the first time. I'm on board with hashtag Sarah Sundays and hashtag Bobby Bachelor. And one more thing, all love Voltrons. That's nice, Grant. Thank you.
That's super cool. I love when we convert, right? Yeah. Like somehow get to the radio folks or the audio folks to say, hey, let's go check out a noon live stream. That's awesome, Grant. And Sarah, I kind of love how you first pronounced Sunday. Like that's what my grandpa used to say. Sunday.
Did I say Sunday?
Well, you almost did.
Oh.
You had to say hashtag Sarah Sundays. So Grant is taking hashtag Sarah Sundays, hopping on the Dre Dog train, right? Mm-hmm. And then Bobby Bachelor's just taking on a life of its own, which I think Sarah Sundays has as well. If Grant's catching on now, Dre Dog's, he's like a trendsetter, man. Don't you think?
Who? Dre Dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he started the Bojita stuff.
Yeah, he did. Grant, thank you. Great to have you. Thanks for the super chat. Clot says, everyone say it with me. Acho fired with a bunch of clappy emojis. Clot's loving this one, basking in Emmanuel's setback. I'm sure it'll be a minor one. Even if I say that, we get ripped, you know?
Yeah.
You can't compliment Emmanuel Acho within these parts. We get it. It's all competitive spirit. It's all for love and admiration for Lamar, and we get it. We feel like we can do both. Calling him a friend, getting after his takes, and also celebrating what Lamar is all about. Before we transition, Sarah, to our position-by-position breakdown as we get ready for training camp, rookies report today, of course, and then everybody else is a week from today, the 22nd. Just wanted to say, as we said off the top, we are thrilled to be in the middle of our soft launch period right now. The vaultpod.com exists. And if you are a channel member, a patron, or a Discord community member, you right now have direct access to the vaultpod.com. The link is in the show notes. The link is also pinned in our live chat comment. The password is in a few different places. It's in the Discord group. It's in your direct messages if you're a patron. And it's also in the community post. I'm sorry we can't display it because then it would be available to everybody. And again, we're in the middle of, as Sarah put it, sort of this experimental 2-week period where we're getting feedback from you and our most loyal folks. And we're just learning as we go here so that the vaultpod.com come August can be full throttle. So yeah, between t-shirts and sweatshirts and crew necks and tank tops, hoodies, as I mentioned, beanies, snapbacks, other miscellaneous items. We're off and running, Sarah, and we're
Awesome.
taking feedback at BaltimoreRavensVault@gmail.com. I still, quite honestly, have to put forth my haul. I've been trying to get this thing logistically down first in my brain before I make my haul. But I know you
haven't got any. You haven't ordered yours yet.
I'm telling you, there has been so much going on that I haven't yet, but I'm about to.
Let me help you.
You did. So remind everybody what you got yourself.
Oh, yeah. So for now, I started off with 2 tank tops to work out in, be a little walking billboard at my workouts. And then I also got the snapback hat. I want to say I got one more thing. Did I get a hoodie? I do know I'm going to be getting more once the weather turns.
You remember
I should probably get of it. What's that?
You remember which colors on the tank top?
Yeah, I think I did this black one right here. And then on the other design, I did, yeah, that one. I think I did white.
Oh, yeah. Slick. Real slick.
Yeah.
Sweet. Black, gray, white for those of you in the audio only audience. By the way, I linked to all of this. If you guys are listening on audio platforms right now, go to the go to the podcast description, and you can go find the specific link that we keep referencing.
You know what
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know what we do need for when the winter comes around, the fall and winter? Because I love the hoodies and the crew necks. I'm going to need some joggers to go with those.
Ooh.
Could you imagine a jogger with our wheel logo just kind of right up, kind of by the hip?
That's
kind
of enticing.
Right?
Yeah, that's enticing. Holly hit me up in the Discord group about something. Regarding the Vault merch, are keychains, tumblers, etc. in the works as well? Maybe. BaltimoreRavensVault@gmail.com, Holly. You know how to go. Appreciate you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun getting this thing underway. And a special shout out again to Carly Fleischer, who's been, integral part in the last few months getting this thing off the ground. The vaultpod.com in the works right now. You can join the early access crew. You know the drill. Patron, channel member, Discord community member. Okay, let's see. Let's just get caught up here on one chat. Lewis is showing us some love. Appreciate you for being here, Lewis, and we appreciate all of you for being here. Over 1,600 concurrents at the moment. Tila, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification bell. We'd be very appreciative. Where to?
We are moving on to a bit of a training camp preview, if you will, since the rookies are reporting today. We're a week out from the veterans, and I saw, I don't know, maybe a week ago, maybe a little bit less than a week ago, Jeff Zrebick of The Athletic went position by position and asked himself, is this position better, worse, or about the same from last year? So instead of, checking out what Jeff thought and putting it all in here, although you could go to The Athletic if you're subscribed there, definitely worth it for everything Jeff does. I wanted us to analyze this, and I'm going to keep a scorecard, Bobby, because something tells me that we're going to say that the Ravens are actually better at a multitude of positions. And if that's the case, did the Ravens get that much more scary from what was a Super Bowl caliber roster last year? So what we'll do is we will go through offense, defense, and special teams. So why not start out at quarterback? We got returning Lamar Jackson, of course, who is the key to everything. Devin Leary, last year's 5th round pick. The person that is out was Josh Johnson. He's now with the Commanders. He backed up Lamar, I believe, for 2 years. And the person that is in is Cooper Rush. The Ravens signed him out of free agency from the Cowboys. Bobby, would you say the quarterback position is better, worse, or about the same?
Without question, better. I think that Cooper, as we've discussed throughout the offseason, is an immediate upgrade, great experience under his belt. While, yes, it's a small sample size in Dallas, he put some good things on tape. And God forbid, if they were ever to be in a position where Cooper is thrust into QB1 in a bind, I think he will answer admirably. So for me, this is as easy gets. It's an improve.
It's an improvement. Cooper Rush has an above 500 record when he is a starter. Josh Johnson does not. We're always looking for somebody in case Lamar goes down for a handful of games. We don't want things to completely derail. Cooper Rush is a guy who his past says that he can do that. So I'm with you that he's better. So that's 2 points for better. Now we're moving on to offensive line. So this is a little bit bigger of a recap here, but the returning players, as we know, from left to not necessarily from left to right, but Ronnie Stanley, Tyler Linderbaum, and Roger Rosengarten, probably the 3 guys we all feel best about. Daniel Falele, returning after starting all 17 games last year. Andrew Voorhees, the projected left guard. Ben Cleveland as a backup. Nick Samak, Corey Bullock, and Darian Dalcourt. Okay. The people that are out, Patrick McCary, who started the bulk of the games at left guard last year. Josh Jones, who went to the Seahawks, was the backup swing tackle. And I'm trying to remember, Salah Amuvaila-Ulu, who the Ravens had drafted. He's now with the Seahawks. So those guys are out. Who's in? Joseph Noteboom, Emory Jones Jr., a 3rd-round pick. Carson Vincent, 5th-round pick. Garrett Dellinger, 7th-round pick. Bobby, is this position better, worse, or about the same as last year?
I'm going to go about the same until we figure out what I can't go anything other than about the same until I see, and that would defeat the purpose of this argument or this exercise, right? Until I see this formidable starting 5, because while Patrick McCary was a highly penalized player and very average last year, he was durable and he was reliable for them. And he played every single position over the course of his time as an undrafted rookie in Baltimore. And so I don't know what the expectation should be for Andrew Voorhees, but being around, but being that outside of the guard position, you have such stability with Ronnie, the resurgent Ronnie Stanley, and the ever reliable mainstay in Tyler Linderbaum, and the 2nd-year sensation almost, which is somewhat hyperbolic, but he put forth that kind of rookie year on the right-hand side in Roger Rosengarten. I just don't know how I can say it's better, but I think it's about the same until proven otherwise.
Yeah, so it's interesting because for me, my answer changes based off of like what time period we're talking about. If I'm comparing how I'm feeling going into the 2025 training camp versus how I was feeling going into the 2024 training camp, I would say it's better. If we're talking about by the end of the year, I'm with you. It's about the same. So I don't know what I should be gauging it on because there was three spots that were open last year. I had zero confidence in Daniel Fa'alele. And throughout several weeks, I was like, get him out of there. Let's do Ben Cleveland. And so having to fulfill only 2 spots this time, and really No, it's really one spot. What am I thinking? It's one spot, and that one spot is going to be filled by the guy who won it last year,
Correct.
but lost it due to injury. And so compared to so I guess I should compare it going into last season. I don't know. So, but by the end of the season, it's about the same, better if we're comparing it to last year.
I think we're pretty much on the same page there.
So where should I put the points?
Oh,
Should I give both to the same or?
I would. Yeah.
Okay. So about the same. Okay.
I would.
All right. Let's move on then to running back. So lots looking the same. Derrick Henry, Justice Hill, and a healthy Keaton Mitchell plus Rasheen Ali are all returning. Who's out? Owen Wright from last year. And then coming in is just an undrafted free agent, Marcus Major. Not just, I'm sure he's trying to make a name for himself, but I don't see him making the team. And so, Bobby, better, worse, the same.
Yeah, another easy one for me, and you kind of highlighted it there. First and second string running backs don't change in the slightest, right? The Hall of Famer and the bruiser and Derrick Henry and the ever reliable, versatile Justice Hill. The fact that Keaton Mitchell, as you just mentioned, and as he's mentioned, by the way, several times this offseason, including
on our show,
okay, including to us, including in several of other media appearances that he's made, it's going to be a movie. If that's the case, how can you not go better? And even if it isn't the case and he is healthy, then it's an improvement.
I'm with you. I don't even think I need to add anything. I mean, Keaton and his speed back to what he was is everything. Justice Hill as a run blocker, or excuse me, a blocker for protecting Lamar Jackson out of the backfield, but also doing some rushing himself.
And a pass catcher.
And a pass catcher. Yeah, I'm going better. So far, we have 4 points for better, 2 for the same, none for worse. Moving forward is at wide receiver. Returning are all the guys we know: Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Tylan Wallace, Devontae Walker, and then a lot of guys that will probably be on the practice squad, so I won't take the time to name all of them. Who is out? Nelson Aguilar, Deontay Johnson, Steven Sims, and Deontay Hardy, who did really nothing for the Ravens, but was more a specialist and didn't play because he was injured. Who is in? DeAndre Hopkins, and then 6th round pick, LeJohntay Wester. Bobby, I've just got to say this. I think it's better. I think it's better because Rashad Bateman and Zay Flowers will have another year under the belt. Rashad had a breakout year last year. I think he and Lamar showed really the chemistry that they can have, but I think it can even get better. So both those guys another year better. Plus, I think that DeAndre Hopkins is an upgrade over Nelson Aguilar, and that's who he's replacing. And then you've got competition with Devontae. Will another year be good for him? Tylan is always opportunistic, and we'll see what LeJohntay can do, but I think this is slightly better here.
Not much to add on there, aside from the fact that, as we've discussed a couple times this offseason, DeAndre Hopkins is attempting to replace wide receiver 3 production from 2024 that Nelson Aguilar gave this team. That came in the form of 14 receptions for 231 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns over 14 games, 29 targets. DeAndre, with 2 stops last year, having been traded at the deadline, first in Tennessee, ended in Kansas City, had a combined 56 receptions for 610 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. That alone, Sarah, I think is an easy improvement. And you haven't even mentioned the other targets that you referenced there as well. So if we're solely speaking on the room as a whole, it's a yes. But if we're looking at the biggest question that remains right now, and that is what kind of production, if any at all, will they get out of wide receiver 3? It's a hard yes on improvement because I expect D-Hop to be well north of those figures that I just mentioned for Aguilar last year.
Todd Monken better put on his chef's hat. Let's go, Todd. Let's go. It's a lot of weapons, and we didn't even talk about these guys yet. How about these weapons? We're going to tight end. Returning, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Charlie Kolar, and then a couple of guys that will not make the team. Who is out? Kadir Ismail, who we will miss. He's with the Raiders, but hopefully he can catch on there. Much love for him and his dad. And then the 2 guys that are in are just undrafted free agents. So, Bobby, I think this – and I forgot to mention Patrick Ricard, obviously, because we're doing fullback also. So basically the same unit returning, which would put me and you, I'm guessing, about the same.
You know what? I'm going to go better because Mark's healthy. Speaking of health.
Oh.
So one thing that was totally underreported last year was the severity of Mark's car accident. We didn't learn about until guys like Kyle Van Noy mentioned it on his podcast. And then I remember Jeff Zaribek talked a little bit about it as well in a few of his pieces on The Athletic. And so the reason why I'll go improvement is Mark had a really slow start statistically last year. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that, whether it was psychological or physical, because of the severity of that horrific car accident, when like 3 or 4 players, by the way, in a few weeks, remember, all were in serious car accidents in or around Owings Mills, that played a factor. And so the fact that he's not only coming in with clearly a chip on his shoulder, as you shared a couple times now, because of the way that last year ended, but also healthy, I think you got to go improve here. And I'm sticking with that.
Okay, I think you make great points, but for consistency's sake, since I graded the offensive line basis off how it finished rather than how it began, I'm going to grade the tight end room the same way. I'm going to grade it based off of how it finished rather than how it began. And I think Mark obviously got over his injury. So I'm going to give 1 point to better for you and 1 point the same for me.
And one addition there, and you already referenced it in a second here, but Kadir is going to be competing his butt off in the Raiders program this summer. He leaves for training camp. I think he's already left for Vegas. So obviously best luck to Kadir. I know Kadri is super proud and fired up about that another opportunity to chase, his dream. And so we'll be watching from afar for sure. Pete Carroll's new regime gets underway in Vegas, and Kadir is going to be right there sipping from everything he can find, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Wish him the absolute best. All right, let's flip over to defense. Do you want to lead these ones since I did all offense?
Absolutely. Okay. In is Jair Alexander, the headliner, of course. Cheeto Awuzie, free agency, right? The Brandon Stevens, at least replacement prior to Jair coming to town. Bilal Cohen was one of the slew of picks on day 3, as was Robert Longerbeam. All of those players that I just mentioned, by the way, are corners. That's where we're at right now, position-wise. Brandon Stevens left in free agency. Trey White left in free agency. Arthur Maulette as well, Desmond King, Christian Matthew, and Trayvon Mullen, who's Lamar's cousin. Returning, of course, is the OG, Marlon Humphrey, longest tenured defensive player on the team. Nate Wiggins, second-year player. Jalen Armour-Davis trying to find his way onto this roster as a former 4th-round pick back in 2022. And, of course, TJ Tampa, second-year player as well. How about what say you?
Yeah, this is for sure easy, hands down better. I think they lost the expression addition by subtraction. A lot of times I'm like, what does that even mean?
Sure.
But in this case with Brandon Stevens out, I think it helps, at least as 2024 Brandon Stevens. I don't know what happened. I don't know where 2023 Brandon Stevens went, but he did not make it to 2024. And so I think just by him moving on is already helpful. And then you add in Jair Alexander and Cheeto. It's just yeah. And then you've got Nate Wiggins going into his second year. I mean, he just was just completely getting better throughout his rookie year, week after week after week. And so I expect him to carry that into his second year. And then you've got just so many young guys where the Ravens had the luxury of letting them kind of grow behind this solid top 4. I think they've got great depth because they were able to get Jair and Cheeto. And so I don't even think it's a question. This group is much improved.
There is no question to be asked, which is why I'm continuing on. Let's go to safety as we continue in the secondary additions. The first rounder, headliner, Malachi Starks. Desmond, oh boy.
Is this you don't need to do the UDFAs.
Yeah, this is definitely okay. Yeah, this is an undrafted free agent, as you know.
They're probably not going to make the team.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. It's a stacked secondary all of a sudden. Last year, they might have had a chance to get some reps at some points. Kyle Hamilton, of course, is back. Ardarius Washington will hopefully be back at some point later in the year as he repairs and recovers from his torn Achilles. Sanusi Kane, second-year player, and Bo Braid, last year's rookie, undrafted rookie, that is, out of Maryland, and a second-year player who's going to be vying to make it again. Marcus Williams, of course, leaves in free agency. Eddie Jackson was cut in season as we remember. What say you about the safety position?
Now, this is obviously a little bit of projecting, right? But I think, again, by moving on from Marcus Williams, you've already, kind of like with Brandon Stevens, you've already improved just by moving on from him. He clearly wasn't a fit, especially last year. I think it would be so easy. It would have been much easier to say vastly improved had Ardarius Washington not gotten injured.
Correct.
And so that brings it down a notch. But if Malachi Starks is going to be as good as the Ravens believe he's going to be a starter from week 1. So that's going to be tough. Nate Wiggins didn't have to do that. A few other guys didn't have to do that. And so he's going to have to drink from the fire hose. But if anybody can do it, it's going to be Malachi, because one of his calling cards is his ability to watch tape and look at the game like a coach. He can explain it like a coach. So a lot of times these rookies will come in with all the physical talent in the world, but they're trying to catch up to the speed of the NFL. And so if anybody can make that transition faster than others, you would hope it's Malachi Starks, given that that is one of his calling cards. So even with Ardarius Washington out, hopefully by the end of the season, Malachi will still be an improvement over him. And hopefully he will also be back. So I'm going to say an improvement, just not as big of as an improvement if AD was healthy.
Okay. Yeah, just as you're staying consistent with your approach to this exercise, I plan to as well. And for the exact same reason that I named offensive line as the same, I'm going to stick with that right now with safety. And we'll see if Malachi proves to be everything that he's supposed to be. And that's what's holding me up right now, obviously not having seen him get one regular season rep here in mid-July. And until then, we wait and see. Continuing on defensively, outside linebacker, of course, Mike Green was the second-round pick out of Marshall. A couple undrafted free agents that are going to be vying for a roster spot this summer. Kyle Van Noy returns, as does Odafe Owe. It's a contract year for both of those players, by the way. Tavius Robinson, David Ojabo, Adisa Isaac, and Malik Ham. The latter half of that group, of course, again, going to be competing. I mean, Isaacs is safe. David Ojabo, you would think, is going to be competing for a roster spot, as is Malik Ham. And then Malik Harrison joined Patrick Queen in Pittsburgh, having left in free agency. What say you?
You're returning just about everybody, but you're adding a second-round pick that many analysts and scouts and all of that said was the second best pass rusher coming out of the draft. And so when you add a potential talent like Mike Green, he's got to do it. And so he's got to do it, but I believe he will. And so I say that this is a better unit with Mike Green a part of it. And two guys, as you mentioned, going to a contract year and are going to be extremely motivated.
Yeah, I'm going to stay consistent. Totally see your vision, of course. Mike has yet to play a snap at the same time. And given that the fact that he's probably going to be on a rotation to start, and there will be that rookie learning curve, just as there will be for Malachi, I'm going to stick with remains the same for this group.
Okay.
But we'll be watching 45, Sarah. And as soon as that rotation starts going in his favor and he starts asking for more reps, I'll be watching closely and ready to think about adding this to the improvement category for sure. Inside linebacker, Jacob Hummel is sort of your Chris Board replacement from a special teams perspective, but he's also an inside backer from the Rams. Teddy Buchanan was the 4th-round pick, friend of the show, out of Cal. And so he's going to have a chance to compete, you would think, with Trenton Simpson to be Roquan's running mate. Roquan's one of the returners, of course, as is Trenton. And another player in there as well. I'm just not even going to botch Williams' last name. Malik Harrison left because he played both last year, as you remember, inside and out, including special teams. Chris Board left for the Giants in free agency, and Christian Welch is now a Green Bay Packer. What do you think?
This is my first position where I say they got worse. I feel like Malik Harrison and Chris Board, the way they were able to fill into Trenton Simpson when he just wasn't quite there yet. He wasn't ready for those starting duties. And Malik and Chris proved to be solid depth. And then they became starters. And it was part of what the Ravens defense changed to get things turned around after those first horrendous 10 weeks of the season. So who knows? Maybe Trenton Simpson will be like a Patrick Queen and like suddenly start to blossom, with another year under his belt, or maybe Teddy Buchanan will come in and be like, Trenton Simpson was the man. He was supposed to be the man, but I'm gonna steal it from him. But I haven't even seen Teddy Buchanan in pads yet in training camp. So for me, by losing Malik Harrison and Chris Board as solid backup options as a starter, and I don't know who is a solid starter, to me, this unit got worse for now.
How can I disagree with any of that? I mean, we last saw Trenton in demoted state.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't know how he's going to respond to that. We can talk optimistically all we want, given how impressive of a person he is behind a microphone, and not to mention the ridiculous sideline to sideline freak athleticism traits that he has. But I can't disagree with any of that. Teddy's yet to play a snap, and the last time we saw Trenton, it wasn't exactly in the same light. And Hummel is your Chris Board replacement, as we've already mentioned. So we'll continue on with that. We're pretty much lockstep here. Defensive line. John Jenkins is in through free agency. He's going to back up or compete with Travis Jones, but I would think TJ's got that spot ready to roll in wake of losing Michael Pierce to retirement. Aeneas Peebles is your 6th rounder out of Virginia Tech. CJ is a reserve future player on that deal. Returning is Nnamdi Madubuike. As I mentioned, Travis Jones, Broderick Washington, CJ Ravenel. That's an awesome last name, by the way, every time you get the chance to see him. And Adebayo, is in there as well. Michael Pierce retired, as I mentioned. Brent Urban is currently a free agent. Josh Tupou and Chris Wormley are both free agents as well. What do you think?
Worse. You hate to lose Michael Pierce. Brent Urban has been like this mainstay for how many years did he just like sign these one-year deals? And again, who knows? Maybe Aeneas Peebles will take off, but I just can't put that much stock into a 6th-round pick, even though he's a heralded 6th-round pick. And John Jenkins, I know, is like the Michael Pierce replacement, and maybe he'll step in and be able to do the job. So, this can all change, just like all the things where we said it got better, that can change too. So, but for now, without Michael Pierce or Brent Urban or Chris Wormley, who have all been around for years and years, and you got new guys that you got to catch up to speed. Obviously the cupboard's not bare with Nnamdi Madubuike and Travis Jones and those other guys, but for now, I feel like it has gotten worse.
I agree with you. And we all know that finally, from a special team standpoint, this is probably the easiest one on the entire exercise, because how can you not say that kicker got worse with Justin Tucker leaving? He will be suspended, by the way, as we covered. I know you covered last week as we kind of got back into the flow of things that happened while we were on vacation. So if a team were to sign him, what is it, 10 games, Sarah? I believe 10 is the
10
number.
Is correct. Yep.
Yeah. So for a playoff run, perhaps a team that's kicker needy signs him, but he is not in Baltimore. Tyler Loop is. He's their 6th rounder out of Arizona. The undrafted free agent that clearly is going to have a chance to compete here, Sarah, is John Hoyland out of Wyoming. Jordan Stout and Nick Moore will also be a part of this operation. But are you in agreement with me? Do I even need to ask the question?
Well, you do, because I thought I wasn't going to have to ask it for tight ends. I've actually changed my mind based off of the criteria we've used today. So obviously going into the season last year with Justin Tucker and all that, you're feeling great. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought Justin Tucker was terrible last offseason. How many games did he single-handedly lose? You know what I mean? Like there was there Steelers? There's definitely Eagles.
There was Philly on December 1st. There was a Steelers game. I see where you're going with this.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've changed it to where I'm evaluating by the end of the season, not the beginning of the season. Justin Tucker single-handedly lost games and maybe cost the Ravens a 1st-round bye and maybe cost them a home game against the Buffalo Bills. Okay? Now, Tyler Loop and or John Hoyland could do the same. Like, I don't know. Can it get much worse when a kicker loses a handful of games for you? So I was, before the show, for sure putting specialists at worse. But because we started grading by the end of the season to the beginning of the season, I'm going to switch my answer and put specialists at the same from the end of last season to now.
I hear you on that. I think I'm using some of the slow start little bits and pieces that we've heard throughout OTAs and minicamp against Tyler's case here.
I get that, but I also am just like hoping that it was because they were experimenting.
And they might, and hopefully that's the case. Hopefully Randy is asking so much of him this time of year that that's the case.
Yeah.
But that's been my lasting impression of him entering training camp. And also knowing that Justin didn't necessarily end the year. Now you're looking at it from a full body of work, which is true, but he didn't necessarily end the year in dismay the way that he was in early December. And so with that, I got to go worse.
That's fair. We do need to look up how many games the Ravens. I'm pretty sure there were like I'm pretty sure I saw a stat that said the Ravens lost 5 games by X points, and Justin Tucker missed X points of field goals and extra points, and they were like completely matched up.
It was 22.
It was wow. How do you remember that?
It's a weird graphic that I remember.
Yeah.
Now, how about
so
this?
like so is Tyler Loop going to be worse than that? And if so, you can get a kicker off the street that can be better than that.
Well, how about
the only reason why they didn't cut Justin Tucker in the middle of all that crap was because he's Justin Tucker and the history that he's had here. It was obviously before all of the allegations came out. But if that were almost any other kicker that didn't have such a pedigree with the Ravens, I think they would have gone to the street to get somebody else.
Probably. The chat can help us out with the games. Okay. It was definitely the Eagles game on December 1st.
Okay.
It was definitely one of the Steelers game that you referenced.
Yeah.
What are the other games or game that you can think of, chat, right? That Justin Tucker single-handedly lost? Because those are the two that come to mind for me, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if my search will bring it up.
Here comes Adam 78.
What's Adam 78 got?
3 games blown by missed kicks. Vegas, Philly, and Pittsburgh. Thank you, Adam.
Vegas. Yeah, Vegas was bad too. We also had problems with the offensive line, but it was also, but they could have overcome it if Justin Tucker was Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now, well, TGIF is saying Chiefs. Did he miss stuff at the Chiefs?
Yeah, now we're getting into the weeds of game by game.
And there was also obviously the toe that like most people really remember. You know never mind.
And here's the thing. Even if he did miss in that opening night, which I honestly can't even remember if he missed one against the Chiefs. Like, was that the sole reason why they lost? We're talking about games that he was the sole reason.
Well, you can never say sole reason you lose ever.
Well, Philadelphia is pretty darn close, though.
But
you're right.
You can say major.
Correct, but Philly was about as close as you can get to that phrase.
That was
the
so
Eagles
bad.
game.
That was so bad. Oh man.
So, but
okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me go to game logs in 2024. Justin Tucker. Okay. This
Dreams is saying he missed 2 in Dallas, but they won the game.
So they overcame Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, at least 3.
Yep.
And the team was able to overcome other ones.
Correct.
So, all right. Well, anyway, so here's the final scorecard. Are we ready?
Hit me.
Okay. Worse had a little bit of a comeback there at the end. Okay. We didn't have a worse position until we got to the end of the defense. So the total points for worse is 5. Both of us voted for inside linebacker, defensive line, and then you voted specialist as worse. So that's 5.
Yeah.
The same positions that are essentially the same. We got 5 again. So they're tied. Both of us agreed the offensive line was the same. We split at tight end. We split at safety. We split at specialists. So 5. And then better. We got 11 points. So more than doubling the other 2. Better 11 points. So Bobby, essentially, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 positions where they either got better or stayed the same.
And that's a postseason team.
And so how is that not scary for the rest of the NFL? And you can always bring out the playoffs, of course. The Ravens do not play like they usually do in the playoffs. But we're talking about seeding and getting there. We can deal with the playoffs when we get there. But going into the season, you had what was essentially the best offense in the league, top 3 in almost all of the major statistical categories. You're bringing back 11 of 12 starters. You've improved on defense. You've brought in new coaches. You got both coordinators returning. If the Ravens were that good last year, and they are just got that much more scary, setting themselves up for a playoff run.
Need we say any more?
We need not.
Super chats?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's pick things back up. We left off with Lewis, and he forgot to attach a super chat. He goes, the messages I forgot, LOL, was in today's world. We live in everyone's opinions is welcomed. It's what makes, oh boy, Lewis, my man. The messages I forgot was in today's world. Today's world we live in, everyone's opinions is welcomed. It's what makes us unique. I bought a tee and beanie.
Okay.
Thank you, Lewis.
You got it in the end. Well done.
Thanks for utilizing your channel membership, because you have a chance to be a part of our soft launch for those of you that haven't caught on by now. Park Heights Prophet with a yellow banner on top of what he's already done.
Thank you, PHP. He said the email has been sent. I did actually see it come in, and my order is shipping. What a vaulty good week. LOL. I want to come on and just talk so much trash about the Bills and Bengals, the paper tigers, and the MV pathetic Go Ravens. Well, that could be fun.
Let's just take a quick little peek at what he's up to. Okay. All right. We'll take a look at this email. He's free tomorrow before 1:30. So maybe around 1 or so. Okay, 1 o'clock. Wait a second now. All right. You know what? We got to check what we have post-show. I feel like we have something with Brendan, but we'll
no,
take
that's
a look.
in the morning. It's at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, thank you. We will hit you back, Park Heights. And by the way, while we're at it, we picked up a couple new patron members as well. I want to be clear, too, just so that folks know, because Eileen Nolan edited her membership up a tier, and Grant became one, who already gave us a super chat earlier on. Just to be clear, everybody, you don't need to become a patron member and a channel member in order to get soft launch access. What?
Did you see what JR Crypto just dropped? Holy shit.
Your face was like, what did I miss? Was it something that I said?
My jaw just dropped, but I was trying to let you finish your sentence.
A 50
even
burger.
PHP. He's even gotten PHP, who for sure has given the most gifted memberships. He's got PHP saying, whoa, with the gazillion exclamation points.
A 50 spot. Count them. 5-0. My mom's in New Hampshire right now, but Mom and Meatloaf. JR Crypto, man. Are you kidding me? Wow. But Sarah, doesn't this take new shape, right? Being that we're in the middle of this soft launch, and now 50 subscribers have a chance at getting early access, providing us feedback, and most importantly, choosing out something, by the way, with a discount code that's attached. I don't think I've mentioned that enough. And he's super chats coming up here in a second from JR. He's not done.
He's not
all right.
done.
This isn't like, think about this.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking back, when my jaw dropped, the way you said what was almost like defensive, as if you said something wrong. You're like, what?
Oh, yeah. Sarah, don't look now.
Oh, crap. Wait, why is PHP purple now?
Listen, I don't know, but the way that you have reacted jaw-wise, okay?
Yeah.
And sorry, Jang, for bursting your eardrums. That's why I tried to look away like this. But the way that you've reacted the last couple minutes, I've never seen your jaw drop that way. Okay. So, first of all, we don't know what's coming here, but before it does, let's just be clear that 50 new subscribers now have early access. Not only have they become channel members because of JR's generosity, but they now have early access to the soft launch for the vaultpod.com.
Oh.
I can't even get it. And now add 50 more because let's go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
What are you doing over there? I don't know what that was.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go.
What is that?
I'm just fired up. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4.
Counting what?
Memberships.
You gotta go a lot further. You gotta go a lot further than 4. Woo!
Are you kidding me? Wow. Everyone. The funny thing is, there's no like correlation between memberships and meatloaf. I just when I think about getting fired up, I just think about going, Ma, the meatloaf. She's not here right now. She's on her way to New Hampshire. I can say anything I want. Tilly is barking upstairs. Okay, she's all fired up right now because she doesn't know what's going on. And I'm about to open up the door so she doesn't think that I'm actually like struggling down here.
Oh yeah, you go take care of that. But all of a sudden we've got a run of like everything. Let me get to JR because he followed up after he gave 50, count them, 50 memberships. JR Crypto says, love you guys. Bobby, when you see the belt, you know who it is. I'm going to see you again back at the Super Bowl. Sarah, I look forward to finally meeting you. Do you know JR?
Oh, wait a second. JR, we were hanging out the Libertine in London, right? So help me out in the chat. Just let me know, JR, because I've met a couple people with a belt that have given me a belt to wear. One in London when the Ravens were playing over there a couple Septembers ago. Come on, Till. And then the other one was at one of the home tailgates. So let me know, JR.
And by the way, we skipped one in between these two because my jaw dropped. So I just want to make sure we give Andrew G a little love. Thank you, Andrew G.
Heck yeah.
Thank you for your love.
Oh, Sarah, by the way, and I love this new feature of the super chats being a lot bigger than they normally are. We get a chance to look at people's headers here. Mm-hmm. Look at the amount of jerseys that he has lined up. Yeah. And for the audio-only audience, I'll rip them off. He's got Smith. Who knows which one it is?
One maybe. I don't know. Tory.
We just can't see the numbers. And here's the thing, though. There's a mixture of past and present. So this could be Tory. It could be Roquan. It could be Steve. I mean, which Smith is it? Let us know, Andrew. Then he's got Lamar. He's got Kyle. He's got Ed, of course. He's got Mark Ingram, King Henry, Marlon, Ray, CJ, Jonathan, and Anquan. That's a heck of a list right there. And I'm pretty sure that's probably like his collection, I would think.
Yeah, that's what I would think too.
So anyway, thanks, Andrew.
Whew.
Okay, so things went a bit off the rails here because if you're just tuning in, JR Crypto dropped in our biggest donation in channel memberships that we've ever received in one shoot. So thanks to JR. Thanks for the super chat on top of that. Hybrid Theory writes, dinner on Bobby and Sarah.
Yeah, for real.
Okay. And just to reiterate, because we have been hopping around a little bit, Park Heights Profit then matched JR's donation. So we are just your reaction's making my day. It really is. You know that? What just happened?
JR? Yeah, what's going on with JR? Did you just like cash in on like the lottery? What is going on, brother? In the best way possible. What is going on?
I'm muting myself.
For the audio only people, Bobby is in the background yelling, "Let's go," while muting himself. I
About
don't
to
think you
flex
should.
on these people and show off this metabolic meltdown. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, I got this one. JR
You
Crypto
got it.
drops in a red banner.
Wait, I was in Vegas. How come I didn't meet him?
I came to the meetup you had with Jake at Circa.
Oh, that's why.
Okay, so I think he might be just.
Oh, I talked to JR on FaceTime. I remember you trying to FaceTime me.
Yeah, I think JR is just.
I wasn't staying up late with you. That's crazy talk.
Well, wait, I thought this was. All right, so this is funny. I'm sure JR is correct. I thought for a second that JR might be confusing when I was in Vegas, because there was a time for the Super Bowl where we were there together, but we stayed in different accommodations. And then I went.
Thank you for making that clear.
Yeah. Yes. And then I went solo, meaning you were in the same, like you were with your friend. I was at a different hotel, so we weren't like hanging out in non-work hours. And then the other time was when I was working with Circa, and I think that's what JR is referring to here. But did I do a meetup with Jake at the Super Bowl?
I mean, he probably remembers.
Huh. Okay.
But I do remember you FaceTiming me with a fan or a listener of the show, but the I don't think that the service was working very well.
What's funny about this is that Vegas has started to become like an annual occurrence for me. So I'm starting to confuse my trips.
Okay.
I'll give JR the benefit of doubt. The bottom line is JR just dropped a red banner with a $100 super chat attached to it. And JR writes, "Nope, Bobby, we met at the Super Bowl in Vegas. I came to the meetup you had with Jake at Circa. You let me talk to Sarah on FaceTime. So once again, when you see the belt, you know who it is." Okay. I definitely know who it is now, but it's so funny, Sarah, the amount of people that have approached me over the years.
He did it again. What is happening in this world?
No way. Yeah, by the way, it's she. I should have told you that. It's she.
She, my bad, because I do remember the person calling was a she. JR is often a guy's name. My bad.
JR writes, as a side note, I'm a female, but yes, Sarah, we are going to run it back and we will finally meet up.
I knew that.
Insane. This is an insane day.
What is happening?
Man.
So let's just get this clear. Let's just get this straight. JR did $55 gifts, which takes you to $250. Then she came back with 100. Then she came back with 100. Then she came back with 100. So we're talking $550 she just dropped on our show. Like, JR, what can we do for you?
And these are the real life. And then JR, just so you know, the real life example of like what your generosity
does. What is happening in this world?
What? All right, screw muting this thing. The floodgates just opened. Let's go. This is where we're growing. We're coming up on 3 years of existence. We're doing this because of you guys. Let me display this thing. Are you serious? Brian Walters just dropped 250. 250. What? You're going to want to turn us down because let's go.
Let's go.
The friggin' meatloaf. 250. 250. PHP, don't even compete. We don't want to run you out of business. Don't even do it. Okay. This is where we got to stop the floodgate. Shut the door. Okay. Everything's fine. We're fine. The families are going to be fed. All right. This is insane.
PHP for the audio only said, I feel attacked because PHP always likes to beat everybody else. But yeah, don't compete, PHP.
What?
Oh.
What is going on here today? It's Tuesday at the start of rookies reporting.
I don't even feel like you can get a full sentence out before I freak out again because everybody's just crazy generous.
I was trying to provide a real world example of what these folks' generosity, like how it translates. And I saw that, and of course now I can't find the comment because this is insane, but with 50 new channel members and a lot more than that after JR and Park Heights Profit and everybody that's been diving into this, people are becoming channel members for the first time. So now they have a chance to go get involved in the vaultpod.com, and they're letting us know about it in the live chat. But finally, I was able to get that sentence out.
Yeah.
You guys are incredible, man. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's make sure everybody's getting their due here because we've been popping around a little bit. So again, this all got started approximately 12 minutes ago when JR Crypto dropped in a 50 spot. There were a bunch of people that reacted to that, including JR herself, Hybrid Theory, and Sherry Milan, which we left off because of the madness. Sherry, with a $10 super chat and a yellow banner, writes, Tucker missed 2 kicks in Buffalo. Everyone keeps blaming Mandrews, but even though that happened, we would have won if Tucker had done his job.
Which is why you can never say it's solely somebody's fault.
Correct.
Yeah.
I got out from my skis on that one, but you knew where I was going with it.
I knew where you were going for sure. I had your back on that.
PHP matched the JR 50 a short while ago. Holly says, Ma the meatloaf with a hashtag on it.
But I think she wants you to say it for real. Come on.
Another one?
She gave us $2.
Okay, well, people. Am I too loud?
No. When you go to the side, listen, I got you in my ear. I think it's all right. Just go to the side like you've been doing.
My voice is straining.
Oh,
this is for you, Holly. We love you because you've been
Yeah.
there with us all the friggin' time. And my mom's in New Hampshire. She'd be losing her mind
right.
if I continue to do this.
Do it for Holly.
Hashtag Ma the meatloaf. I went high pitch on that one.
That was good.
All right. Rafike has gifted a channel membership.
Thank you, Rafike.
Rafike is showing up today. King Lee,
I got a question for you. I feel like you become a member like 3 times a month. Do you like cancel and come back? Like, what's the story behind this?
It's hysterical. There must be a science down to it.
King Lee, remember he used to be Prince Lee?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there might be a science to it. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Biggie 3, a.k.a. Rave Kingdom, who's been celebrating 3 months channel membership, Sarah, has a super chat attached.
Hashtag Ben Cleveland. Bobby, are you Smurda? What is that?
Bobby
They
Shmurda.
call me Bobby. Bad word.
Bobby Shmurda. No, I'm not Bobby Shmurda. Rave, man. He's always trying to get a rise out of
You know what that means, but I don't. Is that what's happening?
I know who Bobby Shmurda is. The Bobby B thing went over my head. I don't know where the Bobby B thing is.
They call me Bobby B.
It might be, maybe it's a lyric. Is it one of Bobby Shmurda's lyrics? Help me out here, Rave. WT Edits writes, absolute madness right now, and I love it, with our favorite emoji.
King Lee said he doesn't get notifications when it's time to renew. How does everybody else do it?
Okay, it is a lyric. Thank you.
Oh, it is a lyric. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, help Prince Lee out. Because I want to see Prince Lee move up so he can become like green is like for the first year. But by the time the second year comes around, it's a new color. And I can't remember what color I made it. So I want Prince Lee to be able to like start stacking months.
Definitely. Me too.
So, yeah.
Thanks, WT Edits. Again, this was another generous donation here from JR Crypto a few minutes ago. Kind of reminding me of when we had a chance to meet in person in Vegas. By the way, I'll be back out with Jake coming up next month to work with Circa and continue that partnership. So I'm looking forward to that. And for those of you who are in that area, let me know. Maybe we can all meet up for a drink or something. Davon is in the house and he writes, oh, this is yours, Sarah. This is yours.
Well, you know, I got to say it the wrong way because when I first saw it, I know it's Whoa Dummy, but when I first read it, like in the beginning of last year, I said, woo-wee, dummy.
Yep.
I love my Voltron fam. We love our Voltron fam too.
Davon in the house. Appreciate you, DB. Judge Brett writes, PHP got some real comp in the chat right now. A little bit of competition. That was 9
and
minutes
sometimes, you know, when you do so much and then it never feels like enough, I see the chat trying to egg him on and all that. But it's like, he just dropped 50. He matched the 50 gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, JR is back. I can't. I can't.
Get there. Do I even scroll down? All right, JR, are you in Vegas right now having
Yeah.
are you at Circa?
JR,
right now?
what is happening right now?
Listen, before I read this, I want to take you back to that moment when we met at the bar in Circa.
I love
And
it.
you and
This is like your first meeting story, like when you like first meet your wife or something. Let's hear
Did
it.
you want to know why? Because I feel like I feel like she deserves a little due here.
She deserves a lot of love.
This is insane. And matter of fact, JR, how about this, Sarah?
Yeah.
Kind of off the cuff here.
Yeah.
Can we have JR go to thevaultpod.com and pick out something of her choosing? We'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. JR.
Well, that's pretty much whatever else she asks for.
thevaultpod.com. If you are not a channel member or a patron or a Discord community member, email us. We'll get you access to it. We hate to be like, this is not preferential treatment. This is like insane astronomical.
But how do you not give love?
Yeah. This is like, we know we're like breaking the rule or whatever in the next couple weeks in the soft launch, but this is breakable. I think this is ridiculous.
Yes.
I'll just say one of the more genuine interactions that I've ever had with somebody that watches us in a personal setting. It was just a lot of fun. So JR's second? Is it second?
Maybe we should FaceTime with JR again.
Is it second or third $100 super chat?
Fourth?
Fourth?
I'm pretty sure. Let me
Can
go
you
back.
count that while I read her? Yeah.
I sure will.
She writes, God has been good to me, and so nothing like being a blessing to others. My grandma always said, sow good deeds. Shout out to all, meaning all the Voltrons, such a great community. I'm not able to make it live often, but just know when you see the belt, you know what it is. See you in Cali. Oh, that's right.
Love it.
Remember, the San Francisco, Santa Clara area hosts February 2026 Super Bowl.
So it was 4 super chats, 3 were 100. So if we're counting it, it's 3 100 super chats, then a 4 super chat of 20, plus the 50 gifted memberships.
Man,
so wowza.
It's incredible. It's super. It's beyond generosity. And I look forward to seeing you again, JR. Thank you so much.
She's in $600 today. And
Man.
really in like the last 20 minutes, maybe 15.
like the fact that it's 135 and you and I were like pretty compact today. And now it's seemingly like this ridiculous run that we've never experienced before is absurd. Sarah, midway through July, mind you. Midway through July. Whew.
The dead period. The dead period. JR keeping us afloat during the dead period.
I'm sure many
folks. Along
can
with
relate
many
to
others.
this.
Along with Brian Walters and PHP, and every single dollar counts to all of you. Thank you.
Every donor.
Everybody who's buying merch. Those that are just tuning in. Those that are hitting the like or the subscribe button. Like all of it matters.
As does Oreo Cookies. He's a channel member. Here's the super chat. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I know Holly just graduated. Oreo Cookie writes, broke college student, so I can't keep up, but here. That's all we want you to be. See? Really, ultimately, that's all we want you to be, right, Sarah? Here. If you're present. If you're present and you're enjoying what we're doing, man, even if you're not enjoying it and you're here anyway, it's great to have you regardless. Look who's celebrating 3 months of channel membership despite.
So he is still getting. Okay, so he is able to stack. Okay, good. I like it.
All King right. Lee in the house celebrating 3 months of channel membership. Ash Marie, Sarah, for you celebrating 1 month.
Ash Marie saying, just saying, hey, go Ravens. Much love, Ash. Thank you for saying hello.
I feel like saying hey as well. And she also gifted a channel membership on top of that. Appreciate you, Ash. I feel like this deserves repeat.
Sure.
Brian Walters.
He's so right. Crazy day.
Yeah, crazy. Because of you, Brian. Thank you. Crazy in the best of ways. I believe in terms of dollar donations, not memberships, that is the highest that we've ever received at $250. So needless to say, Brian, thank you so much. Yvette, who's a channel member, is adding JR Crypto, meaning tagging JR,
Mhm.
and writes, thanks for rocking the house. Much love. Hashtag Voltrons. I love when other subscribers tag the donor and
Mhm.
shout
And
them
says
out
thank
for us
you.
on top of what we've already done.
Mhm.
That's kind of cool. Andrew G. Sarah is a channel member and a super chat donor here. This is the second one of the day.
So he said, my jersey collection, because you went through the whole thing, my jersey collection is in the Ravens subreddit.
It's dope.
Okay.
Heck yeah. Harry Hughes, by the way, that was a heck of it was a heck of a rundown that he had too. Harry Hughes has become our newest channel member, so he has now direct access to our
Welcome, Harry.
soft launch, thevaultpod.com. Harry, you now have access to it. You can go to the show notes, go to the link that's pinned in the comment, and if you go to the community post that's available to channel members only, you'll have the password to access it. Judge Dredd, Sarah, channel member, super chat donor, and another one from him.
He said, switch from Ravens content to the Vault content in a matter of minutes. LOL. The Vault family is top tier 100. The Vault family is top tier. And thank you for consuming our content.
That's pretty
in a matter
funny
of
though,
minutes.
Sarah, right? Like the fact that in his mind, the Vault content is like not football content, even though for us, we're like, well, wait, no, the Vault is the show.
Or was he talking about the Ravens channels and coming over to this channel? I don't know.
So I think he was referring to us going like from football off the rails.
Oh, okay. I got what you mean.
Which I love.
Yeah, you're right.
I love that the Vault content has a specific
Yeah.
label in his mind. You know,
Yeah.
appreciate you, Judge. Dimes Prods, right? Celebrating the cancellation of Speak an hour and a half after the show began, and he's still celebrating.
And
Oh,
is that like a JD Vance?
you know who that is? That's JD Buzzed. Bald
Oh,
JD.
because there was
Yeah, that's been
memes going around with him for a while, right?
Photoshop.
Yeah, that one's kind of funny.
JR Crypto. This is just another of the many super chats and gift givings that she's dropped in here. So just another mention. We've read it aloud already, but thank you, JR, so much. David Anderson celebrating 1 month channel membership, Sarah, and he's gearing up for a big visit.
He says, I will be at my first M&T Bank game this September. JR and Brian are GOATs. Go Ravens.
I love the simple ones like these. Maggie Liz celebrating 1 month of channel membership like David is. And she writes, so happy to be a member of this community. We're so happy to have you here. Hybrid Theory is coming after our wallets now. He says, all right, Bobby, when we picking up the keg with all that dough? Look, I'm coming to Baltimore several times throughout the season. One of which I think, by the way, Sarah, I'm still finalizing things. How can I not pick the Detroit Monday night game? I mean, come on. Like, I think I have to. So if that's the case, I will find a way. Hopefully you guys will just come to be more around town and I'll be able to give you access or, pay it forward. You already know we're going to be looking for ways to do that. WT Edits is not done, Sarah. Another super chat from him.
It says, where do we get the passwords to the perks? I'm clueless, LOL. So you need to go to, because you're a community member, you can go to the community posts and the password is in there. Obviously, we ask you not to share it because we share it with you guys. And if it goes to everybody else, then we have to cut it. We have to cut off the password with the perks. So but it's in there. Just go to the community posts of this channel.
And make sure you use the discount code. It's a 10% discount code. And WT, basically, as Sarah mentioned, if you're a channel member, and I feel like this is educational for everybody since we've gotten a couple questions via email too. If you're a channel member, we sent out a channel member only community post that Sarah just referenced yesterday. That has the site link, which is available everywhere, thevaultpod.com. It has the password, which is not available everywhere, and the discount code, which obviously isn't either. If you are not a channel member, all that information is available through direct messages if you are a Patreon subscriber. And then all that information is also available in the Discord community. You do not need to be 3 for 3 in all of those. We've gotten those questions. You need to be one of the
You need to
three.
just be one of the 3. And I'm seeing LH saying, how would I get a membership? LH, your name is green. That means you're already a member.
There you go.
You may have been gifted one. Maybe that's why you didn't know you were a member. Well,
And
I mean,
to
we
be
did
clear-
get over 100 gifts today. So
I know, right? No, literally though, probably, right? Like
yeah.
literally. And just to be clear too, this will be available to everybody starting next month. maybe even late this month.
Yeah.
We're still finalizing a specific date on when the
I
vaultpod.com.
feel like once we feel like the site we've tested enough,
Yeah,
to be able to go to a wider audience, and hopefully it'll align with some interesting day. Yeah.
for sure. Adam78 writes, just a congrats. You two have hit the jackpot, at least $750 for today.
It's more than that.
He's counting.
Think about it with the just the 250 spots of gifted. That's $500. And then all those $100 ones. Plus the 250 from Walter. So that's already at 750 right there. Plus the 320. We're over 1,000. Holy crap. Holy crap.
There's not a day that goes by that we are not filled with astronomical levels of gratitude when something like this happens. Every day is a blessing because of reasons that you've already discussed on this show, which is the flexibility, not having our own schedules, feeling like we've built a community, seeing that growth, learning so much about each other and forming a friendship outside of this show. I mean, there's never a day goes by that we don't feel that. But when days like today happen, it's honestly like your heart feels like it's ready to burst because of how much has gone into this. And oh God, you guys are just incredible.
Whew.
Park Heights profit for you.
PHP's not done. I saw PHP saying he's going on a trip. And so that's why when everybody was egging him on to match all this other stuff, he's like, guys, I got to go on a trip. But he's still spending money. He says Sarah and Bobby should be in for the Monday Night Football game. Make it happen. A full vault meetup and pregame show from Lot G.
So the one thing here,
when
PHP.
When is the Monday Night Football game again?
That is when is it, guys? Is it October? I honestly, I got to familiarize myself with the schedule more. But let me just be clear on this because this is something that I got to get out right now, PHP, before we start making like specific.
Oh, he's talking about week 3 against Detroit. And I should have known that because he's been talking about Detroit.
Oh, why did I think October? That's September.
Yeah.
If I'm coming to Baltimore, it's going to be because of, well, yes, you guys, because I'd love to meet you guys, but I have commitments to be more around town. So in terms of tailgate lots, I will be at 801 West Austin Street. Now, can we fit in a way to visit Lot G maybe prior? That'll have to be talked about. But I will be doing my show from Be More Around Town because that's a commitment that I have with Brian. So we're just going to have to work around that or work that in somehow.
Yeah. I will say Mondays are obviously better for me. But it have to be like come in Monday, leave after a show. I got 4 kids I'm busting around over here, and the falls are the busiest.
Sounds like she's receptive, PHP. You might.
Well, I mean, just people are so generous. It makes me feel like I like need to / want to.
Literally. William has become our newest channel member. Appreciate you, Will. Welcome to channel membership. Welcome to officially Voltron channel membership. And Mo dropping in with a super chat as a channel member as well. I gotta wonder, can we do this? Can we do a roll call before we leave? Because we're coming up on it's 1:45. But can we do a roll call?
Yeah, we do need to get to the rest of the content.
Oh my gosh,
we haven't done quick hits.
Holy crap, we haven't done quick hits. Are we pushing them?
We can run through them really quick. They're quick hits.
Can we do this then while we do quick hits? What I'm going to do is I want you to rip through quick hits.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
What I want to do is star all the comments that we get starting now that have become new channel members today. Oh my.
What is happening? What?
My vocal cords, my I can't talk. My vocal cords hurt.
Your vocal cords.
I can't talk. This is the latest 50 spot. I'm gonna have to talk.
50.
Let's go. Sherry, we thought the run was over. She says, no, the run continues, baby. The run's just getting started. The Vault, season number 3, coming to a living room near you.
We were trying to wrap up the show, And Sherry stiff-armed that idea. She baptized that idea. According to Lamar Jackson, she said, y'all aren't going anywhere. And here's the funny thing, Bobby, you know this. I have not one, not two, but 3 friends, and I'm very devastated about this. I came into the show. I'm not joking. I was a little low coming into the show. I got 3 friends moving away. And I mean, really, really good friends. I'm throwing a party tonight to say goodbye to them. I got 50 people coming to my house tonight. And so my thought was, we got to come in, we got to come out. I got to get ready for all these people. I got a luau going on. Okay. That's why I got some luau, some Hawaiian vibes going on here. And I'm getting ready to say goodbye to some phenomenal friends. And then these people come in here and just make our day. Just make our day. And I'll figure out how to get this party ready. We'll figure it out. But
you know how I knew? Well, first of all, I knew what transpired for you yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was crazy.
In the waiting room, though, during our 2-minute countdown intro, you just didn't seem like, I was just watching your body language, and I was like, man, I think she's still kind of working through, all this change that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Not to mention some of the stuff that within your family took place yesterday, health-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And everything's fine. Hopefully everything's fine. We're crossing our fingers and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like, you're right. This is like incredibly uplifting. It's like, and Frank just writes something so kind. It's not a super chat, but he writes, Sarah and Bobby, all this generosity is a reflection of who you are and what you've established here. I mean, it's just so kind.
It's so kind.
This is genuine kindness. And this is above and beyond. Look, we're reacting this way because we feel like, Sarah, I don't know about you, but I would feel guilty if I just sat here on the screen and read it.
And then moved on. Like it was nothing.
This is just so above and beyond what we expect from you guys that it's very humbling.
And it's also crazy because we were talking about, like, Bobby and I are always trying to like figure out what days to take off, right? Like, because usually we try to do it where if somebody's out of town, one of us is still going. And we're like, you know what? July's dead. So we took, the dark 10 days off. We went dark. And so obviously we missed 10 days of revenue, right? And then these guys are coming in here and just like picking our July right back up. You know what I mean? It's bananas.
Yeah. It's just it's a unique display of loyalty, interest, commitment. I mean, these guys have. I just saw a comment from James. James writes, "I've been here almost every day for a minute," meaning like for this dude's been live with us for a while. So we appreciate that, James C. Mm-hmm. We see that. The fact that you guys make time for us on a consistent basis, it just means the world. It'll be 3 years at the end of this month since we launched our audio-only 15-minute show. Later that fall, in late September, early October, we looked at each other and we're like, geez, you're having some success with the Bobby Baltimore channel. We should probably do that with the Vault. So we shifted things to the Vault. Mm-hmm. The next year, Roquan wants to come on our show due to him joining the Ravens, entering the community, having good representation that was interested in us. And like from there, it's just, okay, maybe we should go live year round daily. Yeah. Like none of this growth and these decisions that we've made and these huge like life altering plans that we've like somehow stumbled upon happens without this. So it's humbling. That's what I keep coming back. It's very humbling.
Yeah.
And insanely gratifying.
Golly.
And it makes you not want to get on the show, off the show.
Seriously. Well, we were trying to, and Sherry said, nah, I got something to say about that.
Like, look, I don't know how else to respond to this. I can't tell you how fulfilling this is. I feel like we talk about it all the time, but look, you're in a great position in life,
Yeah.
as you've always talked about. You don't need this. You do it because you love it.
I don't. Yeah. Yeah.
I need this. and there's such a difference between the two of our lives, yet it's equally gratifying.
And they just keep pouring in.
You guys got me searching for words. Searching for words. Sherry, on top of that, writes, "Whoops, sorry about that." The 50 spot.
Meaning, like, sorry, you guys were gonna like leave or something like that.
The 50 spot. Yeah, exactly. Sherry, you're incredible.
Sherry, did you mean to do 5 and accidentally put an extra 0 on there?
The most ridiculous thing I've seen today so far, after his $250 spot, Brian decided to become a new channel member. The fact that $250 didn't count for channel membership feels wrong, doesn't it?
And Brian's got other super chats coming.
Edwin has become a new channel member.
Wow.
Look, I got news for you. Today's one of those episodes that we're not counting channel membership because I don't even know how to count it. You can't count it.
We're over 150. I know that.
It's insane. Sherry, you're hilarious. Brian Walters, for you, it's a $20 super chat on top of his new channel membership and on top of a $250 burger.
Brian says, been watching since day one. Y'all are the best and are deserving of this kind of day where you're reminded how much you're appreciated, especially when times are tough. Love y'all in this community. Go Ravens. We love you, Brian. Since
You're the
day
man,
one.
Brian.
What?
You're the man, Brian. Dre Dog 679. Shockingly, this is his first participation today. He's been in the chat. There's no doubt he's been in the chat. He's had to wipe his hands clean these last couple of days because he's given enough content and enough commentary.
He's given so much content. Yeah.
He writes, "This is what love looks like," which is absolutely true. And WT Edits, who's a channel member and has been very active today, drops in another one.
He says, y'all mean a lot to us Voltrons. Built this community from the ground up, and y'all make our day, whether if we are at work or we are in school. Truly. Woo.
Such an awesome message. Edwin Nevedo writes, grew up on Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am a proud Voltron. Sarah is a real one. The chemistry between Bobby and Sarah is wonderful. Get all 22 on as soon as possible.
ASAP.
John R. with a super sticker. Thanks for being here, John. Mean mugging in that selfie. Look at him, Sarah. That's a bad boy right there. That looks like a blue-collar Baltimorean if I've ever seen one right there. Somebody that chops wood in the morning, eats nails in his breakfast and his cereal, and then gets after a 9 to 5 and goes home and smokes a fat cigar, has a fantastic family, and 10 acres of land in Carroll County. Let's go, John.
Okay, John, how accurate was that? How accurate was that? We need to know.
Ivory Smith II for you.
He says, Voltron, stand up. Thank you. 3 and other 4 gifts given.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, we should definitely start sharing these when they come in. Because Amaterasu.
Amaterasu? Amaterasu.
Okay. Just says that he, she, they got gifted subs, which is super cool. Appreciate everybody for that opportunity. Holly Keefe is celebrating 2 months of channel membership, and she writes, this community is unmatched. There's absolutely nothing like it. Sarah and Bobby appreciate you both immensely. Feeling is mutual, Holly. You've been there from the jump. Dream, Sarah with a super chat.
Gotta like the video after today, guys. Please like the video and subscribe.
Heck yeah.
Thank you,
for
Dreams,
sure.
Promoting that.
By the way, did our guy let us know if I was correct with? No, John, we haven't heard back from John yet. That'd be pretty funny though.
Yeah.
You know what though? Jeremy's so true. He's so right. 2-hour episode mid-July. LOL. Yeah, we're LOLing too. Earl Terrain writes, remember a while back I asked for more showtime? Your show has real touch. Look what a little prayer can do.
Yeah. I do believe in the power of prayer, Earl.
Yes, you do. As do I. Dre Dog 679 hopping on that Dreams bandwagon. Like, share, and subscribe. It goes without saying, Sarah. Obviously, we're highlighting the massive gifts that we've received today, but simply liking, showing up every day, subscribing if you don't already, and hitting that notification bell. It goes a long way in this channel's growth, and we appreciate every single one of them. Mo, another one.
The vault is top tier. I'd say the Voltrons are top tier.
We can't.
Oh,
We can't.
Gosh,
I can't.
John!
I can't.
This reminds me of Lamar Jackson. We get 1 touchdown. Then we get 2 touchdowns. Then we got 3 touchdowns. It's like, are we on the way to a Jackson 5? Then 4 touchdowns. And then he brings in a Jackson 5. Done.
What's so funny about you is that you just spoke so loud we couldn't hear anything. It's coming in and out, in and out, in and out. It's
And when I
insane.
yell, I need to go this way. Sometimes I go right into the mic. My bad. My bad.
A Jackson 5, or how about a Kevin Harlan? Oh, look at him dart. He is Houdini. This is insane. First of all, since he's up on the screen, okay.
Oh, he broke his ankles.
King Lee. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, look at him dart. Oh, look at him dart. He broke his ankles.
Yeah.
King Lee writes, love you guys and this channel and my Flock Nation family. You make my day, especially when I was in Japan for school with a salute emoji. Salute to you, the king. And let's just, in the spirit of getting through all of these, go to Show Me Row before we go to a mountainous super chat from JR. This is, we've gotten this currency before. Oh, I wanted to say it was African in a sense, but what specifically is it? I'll look it up. Show Me Row 699 in his currency for you.
He says, I'd love maybe 2 live game reactions on the vault so we can all stress and get excited together.
I was wrong. CA is the Canadian dollar. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Never mind on that. Thank you, Show Me Row. And is that, you know what's funny? Show Me Row, his profile photo almost looks like a skinnier version of Roquan, does it not?
What?
Doesn't he kind of look like Roquan there?
No.
You don't think so? He looks like Roquan.
No, he doesn't look like Roquan.
He does.
You know what you're edging on right now, Bobby?
What?
Where white people think all black people look the same.
Well, wait a second, though. Can black people help me out here and either agree or disagree? Can that help decide this? You're right, though. That's definitely a phenomenon. That's definitely a thing.
For sure.
Can somebody help me out here? Like a skinny, younger version of Roquan. The hair. Remember, Roquan's got the bigger. He like blew out his hair recently. Am I onto something? Tila, Chris, Rave. Can somebody help? Anybody?
Somebody throw Bobby a bone.
Can one black person help me out, please? Anybody? Dre Dog? That white mofo. No, of course, they all say hard disagree. Now, this is that classic. Like, are they doing it for the bit?
Here, Show Me Row. Show Me Row says I'll take it. He himself says he'll take it.
Okay.
Okay.
Show Me Row. Thank you very much.
You've been given a lifeline from Show Me Row.
Everybody else, shut that white boy up. All right, on to the next. The grand, as they say at the Rose Bowl, Sarah, the great Brent Musburger, the granddaddy of them all comes in the form of yet another triple-digit super chat. It is 2:01 Eastern time here in upstate New York. It's also that in Columbus, Ohio. And JR Crypto, Sarah, has just dropped $100 super chat. It's a big burger. It's a big granddaddy of them all. We call him Trout in Cooperstown, New York, on Otsego Lake. I'll let you take it.
The intro there. You want to know why? You want to know why we haven't seen $100 super chat from JR in like 30 seconds? It's because JR says, I had to attend the meeting. I'm back. The gift to the vault shop can be given to another vault member, she says. I made my order yesterday. Love you all. Of course she did. Be blessed to see you all again soon. Oh, to the note in the chat. No, not from Cali. I live in Arizona. Moved from Bama about 10 years ago.
It's absurd, man.
Taylor.
I'm literally going to start commentating the super chats because I don't know what else to do. This is an absurd level of generosity. And it's gone to new heights. JR, what's good in Arizona? And what just went down, Sarah, at this meeting? Did the Brinks truck get backed up?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Did she just sell a company that she started to like Google or something?
What was the meeting and what went down at the meeting? JR.
Hey, JR is in for $670 today on our show.
Man, for her sake, I'm hoping that there were some big winnings.
Yeah.
I'm hoping there's a promotion to speak of. I'm hoping that there's some big winnings to speak of. Something. Playing with house money, whatever that might be. JR, incredible. What did you say the number was?
Hold on, let me make sure that was right.
All right. Man.
Yeah, $670. $670 gifted.
Look, again, Parker's profit. Do not take this in this direction, okay? But all I'm going to say is there's a new sheriff inside the vault. All right? All I'm saying is that there's multiple sheriffs.
There's multiple sheriffs. Thank you.
There are multiple sheriffs inside the vault. And it's getting there's a competitive spirit in here right now. Everybody got to watch their back. On to the super chats. Here we go. Again, PHP, do not take that.
I was just going to say, like, you know how comparison can be the thief of joy?
Yeah, please do not.
Don't do that.
Because remember, the reason why there's multiple sheriffs is that he's top dog when it comes to the consistency. But what JR just did in one show,
it's bananas.
That's absurd. Hybrid Theory 5, writes Bobby. You forgot. Oh, he threw him like a rag doll. I'm trying to do it in Kevin Harlan's voice.
Oh,
Nagasaki.
Rag doll.
Look at this. Nagasaki 20 just became a new channel member. And I got to wonder.
Where's Nagasaki?
Is that a Japanese name? I would like to know where Nagasaki 20 resides. Sarah has had a busy day. Another one.
He said, hey, at JR, let me hold 20.
You know what's funny, Sarah? This next one represents something. We are finally at the end of Super Chats.
Okay.
Dreams writes, my mom always finds someone who looks like me, LOL. Okay, that makes me feel better because Dreams is black. That makes me feel better. That means his mother, I think, is black. Is your mother black? If she's white, this is going to be a heck of a plot twist here. This is going to be a heck of a plot twist. Anyway, wow. Let's get to some quick hits, Sarah. You lead the way. And what I'm going to do is, if you have been gifted a membership today, please see yourself out in the live chat. I want to star you and bring you up on the screen.
Okay, so yesterday, Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network reported that the Jets and star wide receiver Garrett Wilson have reached an agreement to make him one of the NFL's highest paid wide receivers. What was it, Bobby? Well, it's a little bit better than what JR has given us. Just a little bit, though. Okay. Along with Brian Walters and PHP and every single person else out there. Okay. We're doing almost as well as Garrett Wilson today. It's a 4-year, $130 million deal. So where does that fall within the wide receivers and why are we covering it on the vault? Well, because Zay Flowers will be coming up for a contract sooner than later. And this is where Garrett Wilson now stands. He's now the 5th highest paid wide receivers. Boy, oh boy, are wide receivers paid. So Garrett Wilson is averaging $32.5 million a year. Guess where Zay Flowers averages on his rookie contract? As what pick was it? Was he 20?
Zay was late 20s.
Okay. He's in his 20s. He is number 64 in the league at $3.5 million per year. Bobby, this is why you have to draft well. And this is why, if you do draft well, draft picks are better than veterans, because check out these numbers from last year. Garrett Wilson and Zay Flowers, they're side-by-side numbers from last year. Now, Garrett Wilson had a boatload more receptions because he had a boatload more targets. Okay. He had 101 receptions on 154 targets. Zay Flowers had 74 receptions on 116. And yet, Garrett Wilson barely edged Zay Flowers out in total yards with 1,104. Zay, 1,059. So that comes out to 14.3 yards per reception for Zay to just 10.9 for Garrett Wilson. Oh, how many receptions of 20 plus yards? Zay Flowers got some beat, 28-20. Garrett had more touchdowns, 7-4. Ravens did not lack. They were number one in the red zone, though. So it's not for a lack of Zay not getting them. He may not have had as many opportunities in the red zone. When you've got Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews and Lamar himself and Derrick Henry, and the list goes on and on. So it's just kind of crazy because, I saw a lot of people saying, Zay Flowers is no Garrett Wilson, and obviously they're different receivers and all that kind of stuff. But if I'm Zay Flowers' agent, I'm like, hold up, let's look at these numbers based off of the opportunity. Now, listen, I just don't think the Ravens are ever going to spend that kind of money. I mean, that is crazy money. 4 years, $130 million at the wide receiver. They've never done it before anyway. If they were to pay top 5 money at the wide receiver position, it would be a first time forever. But again, if you're Zay Flowers' agent and you're like, hey, this is good news for me because my numbers were similar to Garrett Wilson's with fewer opportunities.
Yeah, it's a win. It's a win for him.
Zay.
Yep, just like the way it was. Who was the big tight end that got all the money? Was it Sam Laporta? No, Trey McBride got all that money this offseason.
McBride.
So you would think that helps the future of Isaiah Likely, at least in some sense. By the way, I just displayed some of the folks up on the screen. Right, it's just for time purposes. We won't share every single. We can't. We obviously can't share every single channel member that's just been gifted today. But let's finish up some quick hits before we jump. And you brought this in from actually this week's guest. Warren Sharp will be joining us on Friday at 12:30. So we look forward to having him on. And by the way, this was one of those unique things where he, meaning his team, reaches out to us, not vice versa. So we're looking forward to having Warren on the show for the first time on Friday at 12:30.
That's just another sign that we're feeling good about ourselves, right? Other than all these Voltrons being incredibly generous. But Warren Sharp is promoting his latest book that's coming out. And so it was, a privilege for them to reach out and target us because he knows that he can get direct access to Ravens fans. And so yesterday, obviously, we led the show with the anonymous NFL executive rankings on quarterbacks. And we fully reacted to that. But I thought Warren Sharp had also a phenomenal take. So I'm going to play this video from him, which I think is just chef's kiss all around and as a way to tease, as you said, Bobby, him coming on Friday.
Quote in August of 2021 from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN. And he said, quote, "A lot of people around the league say this might be the year that everybody figures out Lamar." That was the summer before 2021. That was just 3 years into his career. In the 4 years since, Lamar Jackson has made 3 Pro Bowls, won 2 Offensive Player of the Year awards, won 2 MVPs from the Pro Football Writers of America, won 1 MVP from the Associated Press, and won 1 NFL Player of the Year award. And statistically, last year, Lamar Jackson ranked as the #1 most efficient quarterback in the NFL, both by EPA and yards per attempt. The #1 most efficient. He threw 41 passing touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. Let me repeat that. He threw 41 passing touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. In doing so, he became the only quarterback in NFL history to throw for 40-plus passing touchdowns with less than 5 interceptions in a single season. Keep in mind, none of these stats, none of them have anything to do with rushing. And he's an absolute legend on the ground with his rushing talent. Yet now we have some NFL owners or GMs saying he isn't a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. 4 years ago, these same people were happily predicting that Lamar would get figured out. And he spent those last 4 years statistically destroying the NFL while doing what not one quarterback in the entire history of the NFL has ever done, passing the football. It's nothing but jealousy and hate at this point.
And that's why we had the headline yesterday of NFL executives still haven't learned their lesson. It's exactly what he's saying. You go from being told to play wide receiver, then you get picked number 32. You're available somewhat with a tag and a non-exclusive tag. And like he said, I cannot tell you how many times I heard, oh, they're going to figure out Lamar. Oh, the Chargers figured him out after his first playoff game ever after starting a handful of games. You go from that to historic numbers, and still some of these dudes, like one of them put Lamar number 6. What? So for some of these people, I got to agree with Warren. Like at this point, you just want to be proven right, and there might be some jealousy and hatred that you're being proven wrong at this point.
Think he's going to be ready to go on Friday?
He's going to be so ready to go on Friday. I think he's going to be a great guest. 12:30, right? He'll be here at 12:30.
Look forward to it. 12:30 on Friday the 18th.
And by the way, I've never seen somebody's facial hair be commented on as much as you until that video just went down with the Magnum PI mustache that Warren had sporting there.
Oh, he's going to be ready to go. That thing is thick. Absolutely thick. Nice tweet here from Mini Feet LI or Mini Feet Lee on social media. This was from his Fun Day camp this past weekend, Sarah. Lamar's. Yeah, so the quote caption here is, I just want to thank Lamar for giving my nephew some time outside of the event. He really looks up to you and loves football because of you, and there they are together. And, of course, Lamar always, every single year he's been in the NFL, I'm pretty sure he's put on this Fun Day camp down in South Florida, where he's from. And based on what I saw on social media, he continues to be a god at this camp and anywhere he walks in South Florida, Sarah.
Yeah, he really is. And I do love that he mixes it up with the kids. I just know that like makes their life. They will never forget this. I brought, right before I moved and, left the Ravens, I brought Gardner, who was then 9, and Aiden, who was then 7. And they got autographs from Lamar and Joe Flacco. And I remember Gardner had met Terrell Suggs before that. It's right there. It's got Lamar up on my top shelf. You can't see it. It's got Lamar. It's got Joe. It's got the whole 2018 roster. And he never forgets that. And so doing these type of events, massive for these kids.
He's not the only one either. I know Tylan Wallace does some camps down in Texas. Zay Flowers did a Zay Day recently down in South Florida as well. So a lot of these guys, just selfless hearts. And it's the time of year to do it, pre-training camp as well. And finally, speaking of South Florida, because Teddy Bridgewater is a South Floridian, this was insane. So as you see here, Teddy was suspended from Miami Northwestern for reportedly giving impermissible benefits to his players. Okay, that's a high school. Now you see there's a lot of content to get to on this screen right now. First of all, you see a Facebook clarification message from him. But first, here's some other context. He paid out of pocket, Sarah, for a training camp. That's $14,000. What are Pride sets?
I don't know.
Is that a piece of equipment? Pride sets over $9,500. If you could look that up for me. Okay. Pre-game meals $2,200 per week. Recovery $1,300 per week. Ubers $700 per week. Field paint $300 per week. And as Master Tez wrote here on X, he did this as a volunteer, not employee. We shouldn't be punishing people for improving their community. You certainly echo that. And Teddy himself on Facebook writes, damn, people done caused all this confusion. Got a phone call tonight, and it's no real investigation going on. I told you I have to be an employee to be investigated. Now the paperwork thing still stands, but there was no investigation. We self-reported. Vern and his administrative homeboys want me gone, apparently, and tried to hire one of my dogs like bro wasn't going to lace me up. The suspension came from MNW. I guess that's Miami Northwest. And it's impossible to suspend someone who doesn't work for you. So if I'm suspended from Miami Northwestern, I'm free to go to another school of my choice, but I'm not going anywhere. And if it comes down to it, I will volunteer from the bleachers like I used to in 2018 and 2019 when no one had a problem. This is my last post about this BS. This one's been going viral, Sarah. And while we don't know all the details, obviously, sure seems like this was absolutely ludicrous to suspend a dude doing great community work and something that he's doing really out of his own time and pay and checkbook. So maybe there'll be more on it, but this has been breaking Twitter in recent days within the football community.
So this is also strange also in the NIL era. That's probably what's strangest to me. Obviously agree with everything you said. Let me play devil's advocate just for a second. Like walk down this road with me. I agree with everything you said. I mean, he wants to volunteer to do it. Fine. You know, I guess is what the NCAA fighting against is like who has the richest, volunteers to like recruit people. Does that make sense?
It's a high school though, Sarah.
Okay. Let me stop there. Then I was wrong about that. Okay. What about, I don't know. I guess I'm just wondering if they're just trying to like not have, I don't know. Why can't you give a gift though? Are they just trying to protect against maybe? No, because is this a private school?
Miami Northwestern doesn't sound like it, but
maybe because it's a state school. I mean, I don't know.
It's public.
Because if it's a public school, you can't you have to live within boundaries, right? If it's a public school?
Probably.
Private school, you don't have to.
Probably.
Okay, so then you're not really recruiting because my only thought was could they put a kibosh on it to like prevent recruiting to public schools? But you can't, I don't think you can come anyway for a public school if you don't live in the boundaries. I'm obviously not educated in this area. I guess I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what the angle is of what he did wrong. Like that's where my head is right now.
Sure. No, I'm with you. I have to educate myself on it as well. You'd like to think that the school is just operating within the confines or within the parameters of the way the system. I mean, if that's what, let's say this, if this is the way the system is built,
right?
The system is wrong.
Well, and Jeremy's making a good point. Like the Ravens donate jerseys and stuff like that in like a football field. And again, though, are those two private schools? It just makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
They have to like, I just want to hear their reasoning and then I can agree or disagree with it. Like, I just want to hear the other side of it because I can't come up with it myself.
Sure. Not a fan chiming in on this. It's a topic that a lot of people care about, obviously. He's celebrating 4 months of channel membership. And Steve writes, it's against the state's competition rules that coaches can't fund things out of their pockets. They are considered boosters, and it could be considered unfair competition. School could get sued. So they're protecting themselves legally wise here. But Teddy does say,
to his point, what is he getting suspended from?
Right. Teddy does say he's not an employee. So does he have a case? Is there a case to be made here?
But I knew it had to do. I knew it was probably something along the competition side.
It makes total sense what Steve's saying.
Yeah.
C King writes, did Favre get in trouble stealing from poor people? He's definitely had some issues in the state of Mississippi. Ronaldo Davis has become our newest channel member in a flurry of them today. Dope Dad _322, Sarah, celebrating 2 months of channel membership.
Says, I love the vault. You guys really get me through a lot of mental gymnastics and get me through my days. Voltron's up, baby.
You already know. Park Heights Prophet. Appreciate that, Dope Dad. PHP writes, I love the generosity from all, but if you think I'm coming on tomorrow and not showing off and showing out, meaning showing up and showing out, you are mistaken. The vault is one team, one mission, one voice. My donation is your donation.
Oh,
I love it. We
I
can't
love
wait. Let's
that.
try and make it happen tomorrow. I cannot believe it is 2:22 Eastern right now. We got to go. If there's more on the Teddy Bridgewater situation, we will share it in quick hits in future days. We appreciate you
It is
guys.
2:30. We have done a 2.5-hour show.
Just a remarkable display of commitment from you guys today. And I don't know if there's proper ways to put it into words.
Bobby.
You didn't even jaw drop that one. That was like an eye roll, but to the point of what just happened. Hold on.
JR is back. She won't let us go.
You're joking.
She won't let us leave. $50 spot. She's up to $720 right now.
Take it.
Okay, she's given us some background. She says, I work for an investment firm, Charles Schwab. But if you must know, I've been in crypto since 2017, so that should tell you something. I know y'all got to finish quick hits, and I have another meeting to get ready for. Like I said, see you in Cali. Woo!
I'm just loving this. JR, just before you go to your meeting, am I envisioning this the correct way? That you have a cubicle type setting at Charles Schwab in Arizona. If not, maybe you have a command center at home like mine and Sarah's. It's like a makeshift studio in your at-home office, and you're just getting after it. You're popping around. Maybe you just finished lunch or a late breakfast since it's 11 o'clock in Arizona, and you're just having a ridiculously productive day. You know that it's 1 week out to when everybody reports for training camp. You're rocking your belt probably, right, on the front and center. You're just feeling good. Football is right around the corner. It probably doesn't feel like it in the state of Arizona with that nasty, dry heat. But am I envisioning this correctly? Let us know. I'm going to have to get back to you tomorrow, too, because we really got to go. Whew. Top floor office, they're saying. It's not a cubicle. It's a top. Thank you for putting me in my place on that one. Show me Row. Thank you so much for
sure,
the
top
spot.
floor with $670 of donations.
Let's go. Show Me Row says this goes to Acho for the one-time happy promotion. Appreciate you, Show Me Row, a.k.a. Young Row. We got to go, partner. Brendan needs our stuff. I've already been texting him saying, dude,
criminy. Brendan's like, hey, guys, my team's waiting. We got to edit your show.
Literally 20
JR
minutes
says
ago.
she works from home.
Okay.
She says God is good. That was a $20 super chat, so she's up to $740.
I work from home. God is good. I'm hyped for the season. Let's go. JR, I might fly you out to Vegas with me next month if you keep at it. Goodness gracious. We got to get our patrons in. JR, thank you so much. Patrick York and Dion Coleman are OGs. They were the first 2 Patreon subscribers that signed up for us to join that community years ago when we rolled this thing out for the first time. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Dion. This is your monthly shout out. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you so much. Patreon.com/RavensVault podcast. TheVaultPod.com is where you can get involved in the Vault's official apparel line. We are in the middle of a soft launch, partner. The link to do so is included in the show notes. It's included in the live chat right now as a pinned comment. If you are one of the 3, a patron, a channel member, a Discord community member, you have direct access to thevaultpod.com, where you can find that. Within the community post, it's getting to the point where we can't talk anymore. Within the community post, within the direct message on Patreon and or the Discord. Thank you guys so much. Anything else from you, partner?
No, sir. Love you guys. Love.
A Tuesday, July 15th.
Can you give me one more, Ma Meatloaf? Just one more. We got to end it. We got to end it that way.
This is insane. I probably can't call anybody. Abby McCormick just says, just ordered the merch. I'm not going to be able to speak to my dad at dinner tonight. We're doing a little steak dinner in the back deck. I'm not going to be able to say anything. What do you want?
Ma Meatloaf.
Hold on. Oops.
I can't be around for it.
Unbelievable Tuesday from you people. Metabolic meltdown over here. Let's go. Tuesday in the house.
You literally flex on us. You flex.
Unbelievable. The 15th. Don't screenshot that. The 15th of July will forever be talked about. It's a day of generosity. It's a day of gratitude. You guys showed, as PHP just said, to use his words, you showed up and you showed out. And that's what we're going to do the rest of the way. The season is officially underway. Rookies report today. Everybody else comes up tomorrow. We're jacked up about what we're building. We're coming up on 3 years of this show's existence. We feel like we're playing with house money. JR is playing with house money, and we're just getting started here. So get ready for the season. Get ready for the merch line to drop, and get ready to run this thing back tomorrow. Partner, we appreciate you as always. You're the best. Thanks for all the content effort. Best to you and yours. Guys, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. It's well under 23 hours, well under 22 hours. For Sarah Ellison, I'm Bobby Trossett signing off. This is the energy that I feel like I need to give you guys after a ridiculous display of you-know-what. So, ow, that hurt. Okay. Oh, that hurt my finger. It's time to go. Later, guys. We appreciate you as always.